Hello, everyone. We are in lesson 9 finally. I'm super excited. Today, we're going to be talking about perfect sleep. Okay. I don't know when you're actually watching this, but I'm actually filming this on the same day. So, yeah, let's just get into it, guys. All right. So, get your energy sleep. It is so important. What your energy does from the time it sleeps into bed to the time it wakes up might have more to do with your energy metabolism than you actually realize, right? So a bad night's sleep or just having not enough sleep creates an imbalance of both the ghrelin and leptin hormones. So what is the ghrelin hormone and leptin hormones, right? The ghrelin hormones tells your brain that you need to eat, while the leptin hormone tells your brain, you need to actually stop eating. So how does this happen, right? So when you actually get less sleep or you don't get enough sleep, there's an imbalance in those hormones where, you're unable to actually maintain mindful eating. So there's an imbalance in the leptin, ghrelin and leptin hormones. So studies have shown that people will sleep actually 4 more hours for 2 nights. They did a research. People who actually slept 4 more hours for 2 nights experienced a 20% drop of leptin hormones and an increase in the ghrelin hormones. So sleep loss disconnects your brain from your stomach, leading to mindless eating, like I said. So it also tricks you into craving foods that can sabotage your healthy diet. And we talked about, how your eating patterns actually are, connected to your cravings. So when you're actually feeling stressed from, sleep loss, you tend to go to the foods that you actually are comfortable eating, and you just go down that path again, which can actually sabotage a healthy diet. So everyone has a biological and internal clock, usually called the circadian rhythm. It's usually like roughly every 24 hours. It's a pattern, okay, of repeated activity associated with environmental cycles of day and night rhythm that repeats roughly every 24 hours. So some people who actually play a lot of games, or, that usually work overnight, they tend to function at another type of circadian rhythm. Some people have actually, disrupted their sleeping pattern, that they now sleep roughly, their night rhythm repeats roughly every 25 hours. So these are the people that during the day they sleep and at night they're awake. So you don't want to be in that category. So it's very, very important that you actually maintain your sleep, every single day. You need to have like a routine, a sleep routine that you need to stick to every single day, because if you don't do that, eventually the time lost really adds up. That leads to a burnout. So, a lot of people actually separate a day, a special day, to actually catch up on their sleep. But, except like some people don't even get vacations, like entrepreneurs don't get a vacation. So if you're not in that category, then why would you want to lose sleep over work or whatever that you think that you classify as really important? Because guess what? Your health is actually important. Your health is equally important, and sleep is important for your health. Okay. It's important for energy optimization, and also to even keep you up at an optimal performance as well. So if you want to do well at work, you need to be investing time to sleep. Okay. So get more energy sleep. All right. So a healthy day-night cycle is tied into a normal hormonal secretion pattern. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that if you have a healthy sleeping cycle, healthy sleeping pattern, like that is linked to your hormone secretion. Are you going to be secreting a lot of stress hormones? Are you going to be secreting a lot of cortisol hormones? Right? That's the question. Because no, if you don't have a healthy sleeping pattern, then your hormones are going to be disrupted. And this is going to be associated with eating patterns that to those that relates to stress and cellular recovery, right? So cortisol, for example, I talked about, should be highest in the morning and progressively decrease throughout the day, with the lowest level occurring after 11 p.m. But with low evening cortisol level, melatonin levels rise. Okay, this is the hormone that tells you it is time to sleep. It helps to regulate your 24-hour circadian rhythm and alerting your brain that it is dark outside. Okay, so by keeping, a regular sleep pattern, I'm going to say that again, really helps to regulate your hormones. So, and your hormones such as like cortisol, it's really important for you to reduce that in order to keep your energy balanced, right? You want your melatonin levels to be high at the right time, and for your cortisol levels to be low at the right time. You don't want, a fluctuation of hormones at different times in the day, and it varies like at different days based upon your disrupted sleeping patterns, right? So, importance of deep sleep. Lots of hormones are associated with sleep, like we said, some of which rely on sleep to be released. Okay, so as soon as you eat deep sleep, about 20 to 30 minutes after you first close your eyes, then a couple more minutes throughout the night in your sleep cycle, your pituitary gland at the base of your brain releases high level of growth hormones. So what exactly is growth hormones, and why do we actually need to sleep? Why do we need not just any type of sleep? Why do we need deep sleep? Deep sleep, I'm gonna just say, requires relaxation. Okay, you need to be relaxed. And guess what? There are some moms, they cannot relax. Why? Because they don't have enough magnesium in their diet. But if you follow the meal plan resource, you're gonna attain that. Okay. So part of sleeping well is taking magnesium, and we talked about the supplements. Magnesium is included in there, so make sure you're eating a lot of spinach. And also, if you know that you cannot keep track of that, then just go for supplements, right? We are not perfect, and it's fine. Just make sure you're taking notes of like the nutrients that you're lacking and supplementing for them. Okay, so where we stopped, what is a growth hormone? Okay, growth hormone does more than just stimulate growth and cell production. What it does is it refreshes cells, and it restores the skin elasticity, and it enhances the movement of amino acids through the cell membrane. So the growth hormone is really important if you really want a glowy skin. So if you want a glowing skin, you really need to prioritize sleep. It helps to keep your skin elasticity on point. Okay, so we're gonna go further. Just a disclaimer out there, okay? The trouble with running up sleep shortages day after day is that it is hard to make up for the loss unless you are going on vacation. I already mentioned that, okay? I wouldn't even suggest just, losing sleep and then just catching it up on just your vacation, right? I wouldn't suggest that, because eventually it's just going to disrupt your sleeping patterns anyways. Because just imagine if you didn't sleep for days and then you sleep the whole entire day. Guess what? The night of that day, you won't be able to sleep. Why? Because you slept the whole entire day. And you're still losing sleep. So what is more, when sleep is skimpy, your cortisol level does not drop as much as they are supposed to at night, and growth hormone does not rise as much as it should, which can undermine your muscle strength. We're already losing muscle strength every year after we turn 25. But just imagine how much your cortisol levels are going to be rising, and how much your growth your growth hormone is going to be reducing because you're not getting enough sleep. What happens to cell reproduction? And how does that really help to, alleviate aging is the question. If you don't get enough sleep, you're going to age a lot faster. That is what I'm trying to say. If you don't get enough sleep, you're going to age a lot faster. And guess what? You won't be building muscles. So you're going to be, by the time you get to 50, 60, you're going to be fragile. At that point, you're probably going to have lost your independence and autonomy, and you're going to be needing help to do the basic things, right? That's why it's so important for you to invest in your health right now, because you need to invest now so you can, reap the fruits in the future when you're older. It's the point. That's the point. It's all about investment. Health investment is really the point. How much sleep should you be getting in a day? In the night, you should be getting between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, right? A lot of people say you need to get 8 hours of sleep, but I would definitely just recommend 7 to 9 hours, depending on like who you are, or, you know, just you and in general. It's definitely personalized for everyone. I feel like the more you actually speak to your specialist or your physician, the better you're able to really know yourself and really know how much sleep you need and stuff like that, right? It's something that I personally cannot tell you. So what are there are actually 12 parts of perfect sleep that I'm going to be giving you in this course. Okay, so number one is get on a schedule. If you don't have a schedule, you need to get on one. So you need to just tell yourself that every day at 10 p.m., I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning. That is basically a goal you've given yourself. It's just a schedule you've given yourself. And you really need to create boundary and stick to your boundary, right? Stick to your boundary. Don't break it for anything. Don't break it for anyone, right? If it's like you want to go to a party, why don't you go to a day party and then just still while still maintaining your sleeping patterns, right? So it's all about compromise, right? Also unplug to recharge. So, you know, if you're one of those people that actually like to go on your phone before you go to bed, then and you feel like you're easily you cannot do without that, then maybe like an hour before bed, just put your phone in the other room and then, or your computer, whatever, and then just go into the dark room and just stay there, relax and practice mindfulness, right? Do not let your to-do list or worries take over. When you know it's time for bed, you need to prep yourself, literally prep yourself, because this is your time. This is your time to relax. This is your time to cut the world out. This is your time to really just focus and relax, because now you really want to, you know, get in the zone where you know that you're going to get some sleep, and you know what sleep does for you. You know what sleep does for your health. You know what sleep does for your system. You know what sleep does for your skin. So this is something that you actually need to do. It's part of your to-do list, right? It's just something you need to do. So you need to prep for it to actually get the job done. Okay, so set the bedroom only for sleep and sex, of course, because you're a mom, right? And also cut the caffeine, right? Cut the caffeine. Caffeine, what it's essentially going to do is, the one thing why I don't really like, you know, like caffeine that much, and why I wouldn't encourage it, is because you take caffeine and then your energy level is high and it drops again, and then you don't have enough energy, and it deprives you of sleep. There basically enough research as to why caffeine is actually bad for you. So I'll definitely say, you know, if you are the person that struggles with sleep, just cut it out, like really just cut caffeine out. And if you don't struggle with caffeine, then 1 cup of coffee is enough in a day. I don't see why you should be going for 2-3 cups of coffee. It's not what is going to give you energy. That is not the source of energy. Your source of energy is proper nutrition and getting enough exercise. If you're not doing those things, then I just feel like you're really setting yourself up for failure, really. So don't exercise 3 hours before bedtime. That is basically a rule. Do not exercise 3 hours before bedtime. I don't care whether you didn't work out the whole day. You shouldn't be exercising 3 hours before bedtime. It's not a way to relax. It's actually the opposite. Limit alcohol in the evening time, because that's not going to make you relaxed at all. Okay. Just so you know, like the goal for that time, 3 hours before bedtime, should be focused on relaxation. So do not eat heavy snacks before bed. And we already spoke about this, that, you know, if you're the type of person that likes to watch TV and snack, how about you go for high fiber snacks instead of, like, you know, fatty snacks, right? Just go for light snacks, high quality snacks. Okay. So also, like we said, focus on relaxing and practice aromatherapy. It's amazing. You know, it's the best. And also take deep breaths and release. Okay. Deep breaths and release. Okay. It's great. If you can't sleep, get out of bed, go sit at a comfortable, preferably darker spot, and focus on deep breaths and relaxation. Okay. So basically, we are done. Congratulations, you have completed lesson 9. I'm super excited. You're one more step closer to actually getting your mom transformation. Just so you know, just a reminder, lack of sleep has an impact on energy balance And it also causes an imbalance of ghrelin and leptin hormones that can cause you to, have mindless eating. You need to have to be able to exercise mindful eating. And that basically has a lot to do with your hormones, the balancing of your hormones, right? And sleep has an impact on that. So lack of sleep can affect your circadian rhythm and hinder the rise of the growth hormones like we talked about. So we can highlight we also highlighted the 12 paths to take to get perfect sleep. If you tried everything that I said in this lesson and it still did not work for you, it just means like it's time for you to go see a somnologist, okay? A somnologist. You need to go see a somnologist. That's really going to help you to regulate your sleep. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this lesson, and I'm gonna see you in our last lesson, lesson 10. So we're a step closer to actually getting this transformation. And yeah, I know a lot of it is just me talking, but the more you put everything that I've said into action, the better and the faster you're going to actually attain your goals. So I'll see you in lesson 10.